Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. My apologies, just a tiny bit late. I'm full on today and no idea what Ray's doing. So always here. Yeah, it's a crazy time at the moment, and let's see who's online. Adam says Sam Lee. Some of the other people are saying that City don't want Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, that's the rumour, allegedly. I'd rather take it from Stu Brennan than the guy in the. I think it's Simon Bajowski. I'd rather take what Stu Brennan says rather than what Sam Lee or Simon Bajowski says, if I'm being really honest with you. But we'll see. Strange how rumours were that we're supposed to be in for him, and the deal's going to be done in the next few weeks. But Sam Lee is a tit, says Kean. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not going there. I've already had my run-ins with Sam Lee, so that's enough from me. Good evening, Ivor. How are you, mate? Hi, Levi. Raza, Damp Music. Hi, Andy. Hi, Ray. Chris Baker. Hi, buddy. How are you? How was work? Busy? Yeah, I've been absolutely flat out this week. I like the video today. Thank you, mate. I hope it's false. I really want him at City. Hi, Andy. Hi, Ray, says Raza. Bit naughty, I deleted loud. Well, yeah, there you go. No Adonis, Spurs are in the Champions League final. This is stuff of nightmares for us Arsenal fans. I'm sure it is, mate. But what a game last night. I mean, absolutely amazing. I came on the live vlog. I'd not even started watching the game last night. So by the time I started watching it, it was, I think, De Ligt had already scored, and Ivor Anthony, okay, pal. Sandy doesn't like me. Well, don't like many people unless you're in with him. It's all about that. Who's Sam Lee? There you go. That answers everything. Alexander Savage, hey Andy, nice to see you again doing a live stream. Thank you, mate. Shay, hi Andy, finally caught your live stream. I always seem to miss it. Don't worry, buddy. I mean, normally it is around 1600, but this week has just been. Ray's been away since God knows when. So I've been picking up the pieces, even though I'm absolutely maxed out as well. So it's about time Ray sort of pulls his finger out and starts getting some live vlogs done on this channel. Otherwise, it's going to, me and Ray are going to have a falling out. So there you go, Ray. He's happy to come on here, not do live streams. Hi guys, says English Mastiff. Chris Welch, hi pal, how you doing? Iana Moran, are City interested in Fernandes or not? We'll see. Isco, Mbappe, doubt it. Simon Stevens, happy to back home from us. Hey, listen, mate, what a result for you last night. Absolutely incredible. I was cheering you on all the way. I'll be honest with you. I thought Ajax were going all the way to the final and possibly win it, but what a comeback. Absolutely. I was off, honestly. Like I said, I missed the first 20 minutes or so because I was doing a live stream last night. So when I sort of finally sat down to just before half time, and then the second half, wow, me and my wife were off our seats watching it, just willing Spurs to win it. Absolutely incredible game. Far better than the Liverpool game. I mean, Liverpool came back, 4-0. I mean, which is a brilliant achievement. But, at half time, for them to come back and win it like that was just incredible. Captain fantastic. I love him as a pro. It's pot luck the fact that LFC and Spurs in the final shows this. They've lost so many games. Well, yeah, I mean, if you saw my tweets this morning, I mean, it's, I think between them, Liverpool and Spurs have not won a Premier League or a title in combined 85, 89 years, and yet they're both through to a final. It just shows you that the Champions League is a bit of a misnomer when it comes to the naming of it. I wish they'd just go back and call it the European Cup, and that way, you don't have the champions, because you only have to look at neither Spurs or Liverpool have won a title combined in nearly a century, so can hardly be the champions. So it should go back to just being called the European Cup, and if they want to add 8,000 teams into that competition, then fine, fair enough. But to call it the Champions League is it's a bit embarrassing. So is it any wonder that certain fan bases just go, we don't really care that much about it? But brilliant achievement for both teams. It's going to be a great final. Must admit, Spurs, I'll be cheering you on all the way. Incredible, absolutely incredible last night. Incredible, probably one of the best 45 minutes of football in the second half I've seen for a long time. I thought Spurs City game was brilliant, but wow, incredible. Who else? So we've got John Walters, Liverpool 4, Spurs 2. I mean, it could end up anything, couldn't it, with those two? The only saving grace is it looks like Kane. I know people say Spurs play better without Kane, but I mean, on his day, Kane can hit a quick double, no problem whatsoever. So if Kane's fit, he'll play in the final without a shadow of a doubt. City will win the league this season at the Ajax. Let's hope so, Levi. Mark says, hi, Andy. Mark from Channel Islands. Say hi to all up in Manchester City. Good luck against Brighton. Not against Britain. Let's hope it's not against the whole of Britain, Mark. But hi to everybody in the Channel Islands. God, I wonder what the weather's like today down there, because today it's been awful. So I'm assuming in the Channel Islands. I know London was quite nice, but it's been awful up north. What do you think of Ziyech? No, not for me. Had a couple of good shots last night, but yeah, be another Mahrez. We don't want to go there. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone, says Hassan Malik 99. Damn music, Spurs are a different type of beast in the Champions League. They've done well. They've rode the luck, and like I said all the time, when you go into a cup competition, you need luck. You need the other opposition team to maybe on their day not play their best. That's cup competition football, and that's what happens. That's why the Premier League is the number one, the absolute number one, because it's consistency over 38 games, where, I think Pep said you only have to win 7 games, and I think the stats show that Liverpool had won 6 games, drawn 1, lost 4, and get to a Champions League final. How you would never be anywhere near the top of the Premier League if that was your sort of form. So cup competitions are what they are. Imagine Ajax with a top striker, didn't fancy Tadic. Yeah, Tadic was garbage. Somebody said on here about, would you fancy Tagliafico? And I said last week, he's shite, he's absolute garbage. And he was garbage last night, absolutely awful. Frenkie de Jong, I mean, I watched him last week, and spoke to Jonathan Northcroft, and I said to him, Frenkie de Jong, first half was great, first half against Spurs, second half, non-existent. Last night, non-existent. Have we, dodged a bullet in not going for him? Because everything I've seen of him, there's no chance he'd make it in the Premier League. No chance in a million years. Gets overrun, too slow, out of position. Great when he's got loads of time on the ball, and he'll certainly suit Barca's style in La Liga, but in the Premier League, no way. Absolutely no way. Matthias de Ligt is just an immense player, in my opinion. Absolutely immense. For 19 years of age. Yes, he possibly could have done better for that sort of last goal of Mora's, but my God, does that kid dominate mainly in that centre-back role. Absolutely amazing. The beat went missing last night. I thought he was really poor. Tadic, really poor last night, but got to give credit to Spurs. Spurs were absolutely amazing in that second half. Absolutely incredible. So well done, Spurs. Absolutely brilliant. Simon Stone says, Arsenal have been doing bits for us. Their manager sold us Lucas Moura when he was at PSG, and he went and gave us a 4 weekend. Yeah. PS 19B's Liverpool are the worst. Man City easy win versus Brighton. I wouldn't say it'll be easy, but I'm confident. English Mastiff is on. I'm a City fan, not bothered about UEFA Champions League final. Let's just win a Sunday in the FA Cup. Absolutely. The same for me, mate. Missed that one. Julius Caesar, Julius Caesar. I don't want Spurs to win before us. Semper Sam Lee changed his tune over Bruno Fernandes. A few days said it's a done deal. Now he's Sam Lee for you. That is what Sam Lee does all of the time. He said it on, I think it was XS Manchester 10 days ago or so. Oh yes, from my contacts, it's a done deal and blah, 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 blah. And I said on Twitter and on here, that'll change as soon as anything changes. So all it is guesswork, absolute guesswork. All we're doing is providing you with the info that's on all the media outlets. I would never come on here personally and say, yes, definitely it's a done deal. Yeah, my sources say. I would never ever do that because you just end up being made to look like an absolute idiot. So yeah, Sam Lee says one thing one day, says something the next. He said on, I think he said on one thing, Joao Felix was £80 million buyout clause. The next day it was proven it was €122 million. So, it's guesswork, absolute guesswork. But these type of people get like 40, 50,000 followers and things because they chuck out rumour stuff all the time. It just amazes me that people actually listen to it and think, yeah. He must know because he attends press conferences and got a press pass. It's garbage, absolute garbage. Andy, do you feel we need to go for the UEFA Champions League? I will honestly put my hand on heart now, Razataza, and turn around to you and say, if you said to me City will win the Premier League on Sunday and get a back-to-back double, if you offered me at the beginning of next season a back-to-back treble or the Champions League and we don't win the Premier League, I'll go for the back-to-back treble. Every single day of the week. The UEFA Champions League, for me personally, as an old school fan, it's garbage. It's just a prestige sort of cup competition that, as we can see, two teams who've not won a title, Premier League or whatever you want to call it, in nearly 90 years are in the final and one of them's going to win it. So let's say if Liverpool win it, they haven't won a title in nearly 30 years, yet they're going to be called the champions of Europe. Hey, how does that work? So I've got no issue with either of them winning it. I really haven't, absolutely none. I'll be cheering on Spurs without a shadow of a doubt. But I just think, calling it the Champions League, it's absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. It's quite embarrassing, really. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. If it was called the European Cup, fine, fair enough. If they want to put 10 teams out of every single crappy, league in Europe, fair enough. Do whatever you like. But for me, Premier League every single year. If we won a Champions League, fine, great. It's just one thing to add, and really, it's to add to the trophy cabinet and add to really the opposition fan bases that sort of go, oh, you've never won a Champions League. That's the only reason I'd want us to win it. Other than that, I'm absolutely, hand on heart, not interested. I'm really not. It's about the Premier League for me every single time. Domestic trophies. You have to think that we potentially this season, forget the Champions League, we potentially could win the first ever domestic treble. The first ever domestic treble. So that's more records smashed over a 38-game Premier League season, including Carabao Cup run and FA Cup run. And if you want to call it a quadruple with the Community Shield, just to annoy other people. But give me that every single day of the week. Every day of the week. And that is it. As simple as that. I only didn't see the Spurs result coming. Neither did I, Blue Heart. I must admit, when I sat down, I think it was 10 minutes my wife had just got home or just got out the shower, and we sat down, and there was about 10 minutes of the first half to go, and thinking, God, Jesus Christ, could they get hammered here, Spurs, in the second half? did not imagine what would happen in the second half. They were absolutely incredible. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant performance from Spurs. But I thought, if I'm being honest, I thought Ajax looked dead on the legs. And I don't know whether they had the final, I think, on Saturday or Sunday. I think they had a final that they won 4-0. It looks like those kids who pretty much been the same team over and over and over all season just look dead on the legs, absolutely dead on the legs. But you've got to give Spurs absolutely incredible credit for going at them. And I thought Pochettino got it absolutely spot on. He did the same against City with Llorente, putting Llorente on and just pumping big balls up and hoping that they could win the second ball. He did that perfectly, so well done. And it was, yeah, rather than Klopp, who does that massive big celebration, the fist pump and blah 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 blah, whenever he looks around and sees the cameras on him, it was great to see a proper manager's sort of emotions come out with Pochettino. So I was really pleased for him. So it shows you the difference in two managers. One plays up for the camera, the other one, it's pure emotion. But I was surprised though, I don't know whether Chris is still on here, but I was really, Simon Stevens, I was really surprised that when asked the question about whether he'll still be here if he wins the Champions League, he went, "We'll see." So I don't know whether that's a worry for you, Simon, or whether it's a dig at Levy to say, I want money for next season. What else we got in here? Colin Pollock, funny hearing that Liverpool are preparing fixtures, but I know they've allegedly already putting in plans for 2 victory parades, apparently. Well, I mean, I'm sure City are doing something similar, but I had a bit of a banter with a Liverpool fan, but he didn't like it on Twitter. He got all serious about it. Off to City Square on Sunday, Blues release more tickets today. Should be 8,000 there. Well, I must admit, I can't get a ticket either because I wasn't sure whether I'm here or whether I'm going away, and I won't know until tomorrow, probably late afternoon, whether I'm going to be in the country or not, so I couldn't buy a ticket. And I'm now thinking, if I'm not here on Sunday, whether I should just drive up there and hang around and try and jib my way in or something like that, or see if somebody could get me a ticket to get me into City Square and do some filming up there. I don't know. I won't know until tomorrow afternoon, so we'll see. Company my favourite always has been, said John Walters, is a legend. Niall Hill, Liverpool have had to beat PSG, Napoli, Bayern and Barcelona on the way. On the way though, mate, which deserves the final. Yeah, PSG, garbage. Napoli this season, garbage. Bayern, garbage. Barca, give you that. No two. Absolutely. Niall, not going to say anything about the Barca victory. It was amazing. Absolutely incredible game. But look at Spurs. Beat City, favourites for the Champions League. Beat Ajax, to get to the final. So you've got to give them massive credit. Ocean Rage, to be honest, I'm happy to see 2 English teams in the final. The Premier League has been getting lots of stick. Well, if you think about it, it's quite amazing, isn't it, that Champions League is looked upon as such a thing with young kids, and this whole sort of, grown up with this Champions League, and it's just, if you don't win it, then you're not really a great team and things like that. We have got Liverpool and Spurs in the Champions League final. We potentially could have Arsenal and Chelsea in the Europa League title final. That shows you 4 English teams in the final of the European prestige competitions. Shows you how good the Premier League is. And yet Manchester City on Sunday could potentially win a back-to-back title, averaging 99 points every year, breaking every single record over 2 seasons. How good does that make Man City? That's as simple as that. Spurs will give Liverpool a better game than Ajax. Yeah, Spurs, I think, with Kane coming back and things, it'll be a great, whoever wins it, it'll be a great final. Dion played second half with a knock, but he's not as good as folks say. Yeah, I've not, I must admit, I've only seen the usual clips of him in the last month or two, but I watched I watched the first leg and I watched last night, and I thought it was crap in both legs, if I'm honest. Absolutely crap. When a proper attacking, pressing team gets on him, does absolutely nothing, not a jot. So he'll be suited to La Liga. It will suit him at Barca. In the Premier League, I think he'd be overrun. He'd be an average Jordan Henderson. Prediction, lads, for Brighton. I'm going 3-1 City, English Mastiff. Levi 2-0 to City now. Can't doubt this team ever at Anfield, lad. Can't doubt this team ever at Anfield. I don't know what you mean by that. Right, Marty, I thought we blocked you on this, so yeah, we'll remove in. Keep doing this, but I don't know why you keep popping up, so we'll have to remove him. Mary Torty, we just have to keep removing him because of the absolute shite that he talks. Best season for a while, been an amazing season. Blue Hearts, an open house on here. Paul Standall, so long as you behave. Don't know what that's about. I thought Ray was on here moderating, but clearly not. He's gone. Ashgate says Barca is literally nothing without Messi. Too much pressure. They're an old teammate. They need what City did when Pep came in. They need a whole new dynamic. The whole old school. You can see there are so many players getting towards the end of their career. The planning by Valverde has been poor. And the previous sort of managers has been poor, and so whoever comes in next has got a massive rebuilding job. I mean, they've just got so many players who are right at the end of their careers, they looked all over the place. Everything is garage according to this fella. What else have we got on here? Isco, Atlin, Sengi's under, and Joao Felix. Joao Felix, well, the rumours were, as we said yesterday, the fact that there could be the possibility the rumours were, not from me, but from the media, was that City might need to sell Gabriel Jesus to replace him with Joao Felix. Now, twice now, yesterday and today, Gabby's come out and basically said, I'm happy here, I'm not moving anywhere. So that ain't going to happen. I said to you yesterday, the whole thing with Sane, that could be the opportunity. Or, City look at it and say, we'll bite the bullet on the transfer fee and we'll get him in addition because, we might get rid of several other players. So we'll see. Panache, do you think that the Champions League should be only for teams? Absolutely, of course it should be. Otherwise, why call it the Champions League? It's garbage, absolute nonsense. So it should just be called the European Cup if they want it to be a cup competition. Havinder says, nice to see you, Andy. How are you, Havinder? You all right, buddy? Andy, I'm feeling a little shitty about the Champions League and I feel we were robbed a great job. Yeah, it is what it is, mate. Like I said, domestic treble is right in front of us. We should be concentrating on that. Liverpool could possibly win the league, but it's in our own hands. Absolutely. Blue Heart, sorry, Andy. Paul asked why Liverpool fans were on here. Because it's an open forum, man. We can't block every single Liverpool fan. We don't know just because somebody's name, whether they're a Liverpool fan or the United fan or a Tottenham fan or whatever else. We don't know who they are. So only when they start, if they give us any shit on here, then we'll remove them. Or if they're rude to other people on the channel. But if they're just on here for a bit of banter, absolutely, let them come on. There's no problem with that whatsoever. It's just when they start getting abusive. Then if they get abusive, then they get removed or put in a timeout or whatever. But they're more than welcome to come on. We have some good people on here. Simon Stevens, who's on as a Spurs fan, really nice guy. We've had other people on here. So they're more than welcome, as long as they just don't become abusive. That's the difference. Who else we got? Callum Fagan, how are you? How are you, Callum? Ivor Anthony, has experience taught us nothing? When you see a player wearing your shirt, that's when you were signed in. Most of it, absolutely. Yeah, totally agree with you. Ivor, I said that to you. Didn't I've said it on all the videos. I mean, said it over and for the sake of repeating myself over and over again, the study that was done over a 5-year period shown that 94.5% of transfer rumours are absolutely guff, nonsense. 1.5% of transfer rumours actually come true, and some of those are guesses. So it's nonsense, absolute nonsense. Paul Standall, treble all the way. Blue Art, until transfer window opens on the 16th, the media will keep guessing. Of course they will. They've got to. They've got to fill, they've got to fill paper space and keep their clicks up. Otherwise, you've got to remember, a lot of these journalists are freelance. They're not employed solely and getting paid by a retainer by the paper every week. A lot of them are freelance and write for several different papers. So if they don't get their names are not there and this clickbait isn't being generated, then they drift into obscurity. So they've got to keep generating every day something, even if it's shite, utter crap. I think the last 2 match results put on a 20% decline, lads. I agree. Andy, do you think it puts more pressure on us to win on Saturday now Liverpool make the final? No, completely two different competitions, irrelevant. Transfers are the complex these days. Club leaks so many fake deals, hide away what they're really doing. Absolutely. Journalists know nothing. Absolutely. Totally spot on, Kian. Absolutely spot on. You've got not only the clubs, you've got the agents, you've got family members, you've got friends, you've got colleagues, you've got everyone else leaking what they think might generate interest from other clubs, might generate a higher fee, bigger wage, bonuses, interest of the clubs, etc. You're gonna get all of this. What else have we got? Sorry, we've got a load more coming through here. English Mastiff, I want to give Mahrez another season. Let's see if he steps up. Yeah, I think he'll get one. Hong Kong Bluey, #1 city. My favourite, always my favourite cartoon from when I was a kid. Hong Kong Fooey. Harkin says, hi Andy, how are you, buddy? Ali Mohammed, what's happening with Fernandes? Well, again, we spoke about it earlier, mate. Now the rumours are that he's not coming in City, but Simon Bajowski was the one who posted that on MEN. I'd rather trust Stu Brennan. If he says that City source and names the source or whatever says definitely not coming, then I'd listen to that as fact. But what better way to generate clickbait and interest is that if 3 days we've been saying, every newspaper journalist has been saying it's definitely done, it's going to be done in the next 2 weeks, blah 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 blah, they've agreed, and then an MEM journalist by the name of Simon Bajowski comes up with, oh no, it's definitely off, doesn't name any source whatsoever. I'll double check just to see whether he does name any source. Nope. All he does is quote. This is what I mean. All he does is quote what Bernardo said about Fernandes. So there's nothing from any source whatsoever. But suddenly it's off. Now, can you imagine the massive clickbait this guy will get? And they'll buy off the negativity from the odd person who goes, you talk utter crap, mate, absolute crap, to the ones that believe it, click it, read it, spread it, blah, 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 blah. There's a buy-off between taking a few hits from people who are pretty sensible and go, utter garbage, to those who will click it and then spread it around all over Facebook and put links in and things like that. So these journalists have a buy-off. They think fans are stupid. Well, maybe they're right, on occasions. But because we're talking about it, but I'm only talking about it because you asked. But there you go. So take no notice of it whatsoever. I feel we need 4 signings: 1 to compete with KDB and Ferner replacement, a right back, and just for me, Mahrez replacement. Sorry. I think we need a left back, mate, more than a right back. definitely. A left back is an absolute must. Can't believe Scousers and Spuds are in the Champions League final. Do you think City will sign a CDM? Yeah, I do. I think Rodri is a more realistic target, but who knows? I trust in Pep. Absolutely. Got to trust in Pep and Cheeky. Google Mail, that is going to be a tough final to watch. It is. City will defo buy, but who is, it's a guessing game. Absolutely, of course it is. That's what it's all about. I mean, I said if you watch the live vlogs we've done before, a few weeks ago, we said, I think since January we've been named with about 100 players. And all of them are almost certainties, since January. So, we'll wait and see when they're there, City announce it, and they've got the shirts up and everything else. Or you see them outside the hotels in Manchester when they shouldn't be in Manchester. That's your time you start thinking, yeah, maybe it's true. Right, I've been blocked from a very well-known City channel, Andy, not stop crying for days. Who's blocked you, mate? Come on, give me the goss. Come on, Ivor. Who's blocked you and why? We want to know. We want to know so we don't make the same mistakes as you. If you had to pick, who do you want to win the UEFA Champions League? Spurs every day of the week. Don't forget, one other thing. I couldn't make it because it's late, so I couldn't get to Manchester tonight. But Harry and James, the guy who is on our YouTube videos after the match, the one with the hat outside with James and Daniel, you might have seen them. They're both going, and me and Ray had tickets. We were invited along. For the blogging awards tonight at the Etihad Stadium. So we got 2 VIP passes, but I've been working all day. Only got back home 40 minutes ago. They start in about 40 minutes time. And Ray's wherever Ray is. He a bit late now, Ray. We needed you on here blocking stuff before. Never mind coming on now. And so we gave the tickets to Harry, who's on our channel, one of the presenters. He's going to do some filming tonight, and James, who is on our videos after the game. So they're going. They should be getting to the Etihad. What time is it now? 5 in the next 40 minutes or so. So they're going to go to the blogging awards tonight and get some videos. I don't know who's going to be there or whatever. But it should be a good night. I'm gutted I really couldn't make it. But yeah, Brad, it is tonight. It's tonight. So hopefully we'll get some video. I said to Harry, if you get some video footage and send it to me through later, that'd be really good. And maybe we could put something on later. It depends on what they can do and how long they've got and who they get access to and things like that. So hopefully there'll be a few ex-City players and things like that there. So it should be a good night, and like I said, just gutted I couldn't make it, but I would never have got there in time by the time I got home. So England's finest, Andy, Juve fans want Allegri out and begging for Pep, yeah, in their dreams. Scott Williams, good luck to Cheesy tonight. An honourable mention for Stump Peg. Yeah, she does a brilliant job. Absolutely does a wonderful job. God, right load of subscribers she has. I voted for Cheesy, so I hope Cheesy wins it. Not Monday, Tuesday, who the Wednesday. Charlie Pritchard, Wolves should do you a favour. Hey, Wolves are right on bang on form. It's not a foregone conclusion, neither is City versus Brighton, but if you gave me the choice of the two, I'd rather play Brighton than Wolves. City win the league and Liverpool win the Champions League. Does it take the shine off us winning the Premier League? How? What? If we win a treble? What? A Champions League versus a treble? No way. My bloody notifications aren't working. Get it redone. JTI's Mendy's injury confirmed. Can't find any sources. Heard nothing of it yet, mate. We'll know tomorrow in Pep's press conference. In Cheeseman, he's one of our own. He is, and I hope he wins tonight. All the best to Cheesy. Pep not going to Juventus, no. Right, I've got 3 minutes to go. So, Lucas about to wreck Liverpool in the final. Kiam says, sadly, the proper fan bloggers won't get anything. It will go to the Sheep Club for wow. Well, yeah. I wouldn't put Cheesy in that category. I hope Cheesy wins it. I really do. Anyway, who's not somebody? Have I missed something? Did somebody not tell me why they got blocked? Have I missed it? Did somebody say who was it? Who was it? Who said about they got Ivor? It was Ivor, wasn't it? Ivor, come back and tell me why you got blocked. Been blocked from very one. Right, okay, right. I'm up to there. Ivor, you know who blocked me, but he loves me really. Has he said anything else? Ivor, have you told us why? Have I missed that? Yeah, I might have missed that one. Blocked for not paying his dues. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Ivor, if you're still on, please tell me why you were blocked. I'd like to know, just out of interest. Ivor, the search engine. Chris Lenley, hi Andy. My score prediction for Sunday's 3-1. Come on, City. That's mine, mate. Are you going, or are you going to go to City Square, mate? Chris Linley. He asked the question without paying 30 quid. That would be about right. Could you and Ray next year, fingers crossed, keep subscribing and leave thumbs up, everyone. Could be you and Ray next year. We'll see, mate. But listen, yeah, if you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be amazing. Mike Tyson, Aguero going Sunday. I can see him scoring. I hope so. Kiam, that's it, Brad. English Massive, Bright, best hope, part of the bus and counter. Yeah, I agree. Google Mail, company to manage City. Who knows, mate? That is a great shout. I sort of feel like Liverpool don't care about the league now. I'm sure they will on come Sunday against Wolves. Bye, Andy. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Will you and Ray go to Brighton on Sunday? I don't know. I can't go because I can't get a ticket because I don't even know whether I'm going to be in the country on Sunday. So it's that simple. Not a lot I can do. Company for the next Man City Fan TV presenter. Ivor, I'm not saying you get honesty from me. If you can't take it, you should not be on YouTube. I'll keep my cash in my pocket and speak freely. You're more than welcome to speak freely. I know what you're saying. You're more than welcome to speak freely on our channel, mate, long as it's not abusive. We'll be doing previews with other Fan TVs next season. Yes, we will. Danny Baker booted off. Yeah, that was happened this afternoon, mate. Azim back in Cunt to get a hat-trick. Hope so. I heard Brighton's beach is nice in summer. It's going to be packed with City fans, mate. No, I'm watching the game at home, Andy, with my dad. Okay, mate. Well, listen, I'll be around somehow. I don't know whether an airport or whether I'll be here. I don't know. Paper letter is coming. Paper letter is coming to Man City Fan TV. Watch out, Ivor. That was Kiam's idea. Kiam says that you guys are going to have to pay per letter on Man City Fan TV and he wants 10%. Danny Baker raised his tweet. It was. Right, guys, listen, I've got to go. So anyway, listen, thank you again for tuning in. You've been absolute stars. Don't forget, if you haven't give it a like, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed, I'm not even sure. I've not even looked today, so I have no idea how many subscribers we've got. But like I said, when we reach the 8K, which we're not far off, cheers, mate. We're only, I don't know, 10, 20 or something like that. See you, Chris. What we're going to do is do the draw. Cheers, Andy and Raymundo. Cheers, mate. See you, Andy. Have a good one. You too, buddy. Don't forget, we're going to do the draw for the hats. And like I said yesterday, if you're a subscriber, you're in the hat, but you're only in the hat if your subscription is public and not private. So you're going to have to change it to make it public. Otherwise, we don't see your name on the list, where we'll do a random draw and we'll send you one of those hats anywhere in the world, free of charge. See you, Chris. And also, I'm still waiting to hear back from Tackle for Manchester, Vinnie Company's homeless charity. So we're 16 now. Ray said we're 16 subs off 8,000. So it'll be tomorrow now. Cheers, Ivor Anthony. Eat your greens, but stay blue. Absolutely. Very good. And we've got this signed artwork. So I'm just waiting for them to come back to me to say, right, okay, we can collect it from the people at the Etihad. We know everything has been signed by the players, so it's just trying to get it from the Etihad so I can collect it, and then we'll put those, we'll do a video and we'll put those online as start the auction, literally, for those. We've already had loads and loads of bids on them, but we'll do a proper live auction. Light stream, mate, subbed for a little piece, mate. Yeah, you too, Mike Tyson. Let's hope we don't have a Blue Monday, guys. Yeah, let's hope so. Listen, I'll be back tomorrow at some point. So thank you very much. Enjoy your evening. Good luck to Arsenal and Chelsea in the Europa League. I'd love to see both teams get to the final because it's no better than, English teams now that Spurs and Liverpool are there. What would be better than having two English teams in the Europa League final as well? So just shows you just how strong the Premier League is. What it also shows you is that when we're doing things like 99-point average seasons, how good are Man City? Listen, Sandy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget to subscribe, click notification. Have a great evening. We'll see you.